Stay here. Stay. Don't take him out looking for light. No, leave him here. Leave him. Okay. I will remove that dot from you. I just want to ask you a question. Yes. Is this what you know about Islam? Looking for light. Your name is nice. Is this the way you look at Islam? Hold it. What did you read about Islam? Is this the way you deal with Islam? This is your understanding of this matter? Okay. I want you to sit now and listen if you want for the answer, right? Are you ready? Are you ready to sit or you want to go? You're fast. You want to sit for the answer? Complete answer. You have to sit and listen until I am finished. Okay? We agree? Okay. We'll take your word and we'll see. Okay. Now, if you make a single move of disrespect to the room, we will put you in a place where you will never gonna see the light. Agree? Agree or not? Good. First of all, in Islam there are three things that you need to understand. Quran, this is a very important introduction. Quran, okay. Let's put them down, Sister Ahmed. Quran, Prophet's teaching, thirdly, understanding of the Prophet's companions who were there living the revelation. 1, 2, 3. This is a critical. Okay. Allah stated in the Quran the verse which you were looking for and which you thought it is troubling, quote unquote. I will give you the translation of the meaning of the Quran. This is in 4:34. You see, we don't hide things. This is the first thing as a benefit to you. We don't hide things. As to those women on whose part you see ill conduct, admonish them first. No, we need the full verse, because he took one part of the verse and he left the other part. And this is a point against you. If you are looking for light, you look for darkness. in your thought, because you look at it with one eye, and you're not going to see the whole light with one eye. You can see the whole light, and your name is looking for light if you have your both eyes open. As to those women whose why did you post this? Are you an admin? I told you a single move will take you out. You're not admin here. Fine. We'll let this go. Men are the protectors and maintainers of women. Let's have easy on the text, please, brother. Men are, can we use a smaller font, please? Yes. Men are the protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has made one of them excel the other, and because they spend to support them from their means, meaning men. Therefore, the righteous women are devotedly obedient to Allah and to their husbands, and guard in the husband's absence what Allah orders them to guard, their chastity, their husbands. You see the believing woman characteristics in Islam? As to those women on whose part you see ill conduct, admonish them first. Why didn't you put this? Right? Can I ask you now? You can answer. Why did you neglect the admonishing first? You can answer. Fine. Okay, fine. Admonish them first. Next, refuse to share their beds. And last, beat them lightly if it is useful, but if they turn to obedience. Now comes the threat for men. But if they turn to obedience, seek not against them means of annoyance whatsoever. Surely Allah is ever most just, most high, most great. So, you came to conclude the general conclusion of beating women, didn't you? You have to brave enough and come and now to the text and say that. You concluded the general matter of beating women being allowable in Islam, isn't it? You listen carefully. I will bring your text. Now you're coming to, now you see now, this is a lesser step than the second when you came to the room, which varies to a great extent from the time you came to the room. And you said don't hide it, and you were the one who hid this part, these two parts in the very beginning. You see the point? Now you took the general sense and you said Islam beats women. Islam in fact forbids, you're looking for light, forbids beating women and warns strictly against it. In fact, there was an incident when a woman came to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, requesting advice. Hold it. Hold it. We said the general beating principle this woman came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and asked him advice as to the one whom she is looking for marriage, or they looked for her to marry. And she asked him, 2 people came asking for my hand. Which of them should? The Prophet ﷺ said, one of them keeps the stick on his shoulder. So avoid him. You know what that means? Keeps the stick on his shoulder. Maybe Brother Purpose now forgot the whole rules about the rooms. Okay, welcome Brother Purpose, okay? Assalamu alaikum. So, in this incident, therefore, the Prophet ﷺ admonished her. That's right. Admonished her not to marry him because he beats women. He carries a stick. So Islam, in fact, forbids beating women and warns strictly against it. And this is due to the general basic fact that women in general are physically weaker than men. Because of their natural physical makeup. And they cannot, usually unable to defend themselves against beating. However, Islam permitted this light beating under necessitated states in very limited occasions and only when it is required as a final treatment of a persistent situation. And in this verse we quoted, Allah dealt with this case of a wife who disobeyed her husband's commands and instructions. The treatment of this extremely sensitive issue comes on gradual stages, as clear from the verse. Medicine or treatment of any ailment can be very bitter at times. But an ill person will take the remedy gladly and bear witness and bear even the bitterness rather of the medicine in order to be cured from his illness. The remedy to treat a rebelling wife comes on 3 gradual stages depending on her degree of rebellion. The first stage, the stage of advice, counseling, and warning against Allah's penalty. And the husband must remind his disobedient wife with the importance of complying to Islam in the first place. And this stage is very kind and easy one. If the rebellion, and we're not talking about any regular mistakes and regular things, both of them do that. And if a husband will resort to this in the very first thing, then he is a transgressor, tyrant. She has the right to rid herself of. This stage, the early one, should be very kind, easy. But if this treatment does not work and prove not effective, then comes the next stage, to leave the wife's bed. Or if one sleeps in the same bed with her, he may turn his back to her, not touch her, not even talk to her, or to a greater extent